Middleman.
Hello and welcome to The Middleman. I am Juro Olajumoke James, and with me here today, as always, are Juro's Evans Baby, the one and only from Rabbi, who will be talking about Naira mutilation. Juro Cyril Abaku, who will be examining how Governor Fubara is fighting back in River State. Juro Emeka Madina, who will be examining the need to monitor all Nigerians. I will be asking when the Nigeria Customs Service will respond to the allegations brought against it by investigative journalist Fisayo Soyombo. All of these issues we will discuss when we come back from this short break in a moment. Please stay with us.
Middleman.
You're welcome back to The Middleman on Enterprise TV. My case today is asking when Nigeria Customs Service will answer Fisayo Soyombo. Based on the new electrical tariff, I wonder what band my village in Osun State is on. Maybe it's time to go back home. Our standard of living in Nigeria has become any to more. Now who it concern no? All prices have doubled. First fuel, then dollar, cooking gas, now electricity. Maybe we all ought to go back to farming in our villages. Will bandits allow? And we can't even import goods for sale anymore. Customs also increased tariff and gave us good news this April that they have increased their revenue in Q1 of 2024 by 122%. Well done, Customs. Nigerians are proud of you. How about responding to the allegations that not only are the top customs officials involved in smuggling, but that the customs officials themselves are smugglers? From the 28th of March 2024, investigative journalist Fisayo Soyombo has greeted the Nigerian Customs Service daily with one allegation or the other. He's exposed top smuggler IBD Dende, exposed smuggling routes, exposed hotels owned by top customs officials, even smuggled in his own consignment of illegal rice, saying you can smuggle anything into Nigeria if you pay the right people. Since Fisayo's expose, Nigeria Customs Communication Unit has been mute. IBD Dende has not even been declared wanted for questioning, talk less of arrested. The icing on the cake is that Fisayo alleges IBD Dende has again smuggled in a few vehicles, some of them with cartons inside them. Fisayo is asking if the customs officials have the guts to arrest this latest consignment and tell Nigerians what's in the cartons. If Fisayo can expose, it means information is available for the customs officials to investigate all his allegations. Instead, it was Fisayo's Papers MD that was invited for questioning. When will the Nigerian Customs answer Fisayo Soyombo? Today, tomorrow, or never? My verdict: if the Nigeria Customs Service is playing the ostrich, Nigerians are not. We want answers. And those answers don't have to take 3 months, or do they?
Well, Jumoke, you've made a very strong case today. I must commend you for the boldness and tenacity with which you have stated the cause, following through with the Fisayo case. Except that when you say today, tomorrow, or when?
Or never.
It could be never.
Ewo.
It could be never. I remember one time in the history of this country when a very popular presidential candidate was detained and some journalists went to him in prison. And he told them, he said, this country is not worth fighting for. I mean, this was the presidential candidate.
Wow.
Popular, widely acclaimed, thought to be the front runner,
Widely accepted?
Widely accepted, except that he just didn't cross the Rubicon. Yes, I mean, so, and he said, so, now a story like this, I remember that there was a time somebody wrote a book about animals and abattoirs in America. It led to reforms, presidential reforms. But here, a story of this kind as you have hard evidence. You have pictorial evidence. You have somebody who has said, I went in, I did the investigation, I was a participant investigator. And I did what any other person could have been doing. So you have enough evidence, you have the facts. And yet, government can afford to look away. Okay? And then, on top of that, it's like adding insult to injury. The person who is in the eye of this investigation has gone on to commit even more crimes. Sincerely speaking, another one shouldn't even be saying, like Senator Jarek Beagom, I don't want to holla. Man, don't talk about this man before.
No, you see, this case is quite very topical because someone has taken the pain to do what the police, the custom, the army
DSS.
could not have done. A journalist have done so great and have made allegations. But you see, the truth is that when you have groups of lawbreakers and you want them to elect a policeman as their president,
They won't do it.
it will not happen. The custom over the years, have shown the Nigerian people that things can come into this country under their watch, whatever it is. What you need to do to bring those things in, whether they are contraband, whether they are arms and ammunition, whether they are food that are not, what you need to do is to ensure that you know the right commander or controller general or whoever it is, you pay him the right fees, then he will mobilize his boys
To escort your
to
contraband.
help you enforce your illegality.
Ewo.
So you bring things in with them. So there's a criminal concept between the men of the underworld and government agency
Why?
in this regard.
Why? How?
Yeah, no, they are working in crowd. The reason is because corruption is at the front burner of the operations of the
Government itself.
yes, of that agency. Okay, custom. All over the world, custom and immigration, they are the gateway into the country. Okay, so you need to recruit people of impeccable integrity to man the gateway into your country. So little wonder we have insurgency. We have bandits, they say they have some of them from Mali and all that, waiting AK-47. But you have borders, you have a custom, you have immigrations. So what is the duty and function of custom and immigration? What has happened to us in this country is that we have abandoned our responsibilities, we're in dereliction of our duties, we are all chasing money.
True.
And anywhere you see people aggregate chasing money, everything will elude them. That is why security has eluded us. We are confused. The economy has crashed under its contradiction. We don't know whether we are planning forward or planning backward. We cannot even tell the citizens where we are as a country economically, politically, and otherwise, because everybody is chasing money. Everybody wants to be rich.
But what would we do but chase money when every single item that was hitherto subsidized by the government has doubled now in price, from dollar, which is the exchange that we need for everything that we import, because we do not have electricity to produce anything ourselves. So even that electricity safe.
No, so I think that there's strong appetite or the strong craving for money in Nigeria is not essentially a today issue.
Yes.
It's been with us for a long time, and it's something that we can explain. We are in a country that willy-nilly has come to adopt materialism as a status marker.
True.
A country where everything, infrastructure is absent, good education is absent. The things that make life meaningful and worth living are not within the reach of common people. It means that you must fight to amass much to get even what is basic in other places. So,
But by the way we're even going, we're heading somewhere. What we have now, an issue of food scarcity, we're managing it, exchange rate, variation, we're managing it. We're heading somewhere. We're heading to what we call energy crisis. Because now Dangote have read out diesel, okay? A time is going to
Aviation
come.
fuel.
A time is going to come when it's going to, because now he's even importing crude, okay?
So
and they said,
refine.
yeah, and they said his capacity is not.
Hold on,
it's
sir.
not even something. Hold on. It's not even something that we can offtake, that the country can offtake. That if you start working to full capacity, buying crude from government, the federal government cannot even meet up with Dangote's requests
for crude oil.
Yes.
Yes, that is
Because
They cannot.
look
He
at
is
what-
imported from the US now.
the Edo refinery
So
that had just been opened.
So yes, it's going to.
It's
So
looking for crude.
when that monopoly,
Yes.
when that monopoly is fully hashed under the federal government's ineptitude, when it's fully hashed, Dangote will single-handedly determine the price
Of
Yes,
petroleum
yes.
products.
across Africa.
Jesus.
Across Africa.
Yes.
Then it will take you 3 to 5 months to try to put him to order. By then, he has a mass wealth. So when one investor is pushing forth to capture an industry and monopolize it, the government will need to feed and give licenses to others and assist them with soft loan and all that to ensure that they too come at par with that. When Dangote fully established, we will enter into what we call energy crisis, and that is actually our destination. So what we have now is custom misbehaving, the police acting out, the military, everyone acting out until we get to that destination. When we get there, that is when you will now understand what it is truly to abandon your responsibility as a nation.
Wow. I'm in fear. This conversation will not end here. When we come back, Chiro Evans Ufeli will be talking about the Naira mutilation. That's in a bit. Please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Middleman.
Welcome back to the middleman of Juros. Now to my case. According to William Shakespeare, to persist in doing wrong extenuates not the wrong, but makes it much more heavy, defacing the Naira. In Nigeria, defacing the Naira is an offense punishable by law. Mishandling money is a practice so entrenched such that persistent sensitization has not in any way changed people's habit towards the Naira. Even criminalizing the act with the CBN Act has not made any difference. To ensure Nigerians imbibe the culture of maintenance and respect for the Naira, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, engaged in a series of public enlightenment campaigns to no avail. People want to show off on social media by spraying the Naira at parties, violating the laws thereof, and debasing our national identity. Just today, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission arrested a cross-dresser, Mr. Idris Okuneye, popularly known as Bobrisky, for allegedly violating the CBN Act on the issue under reference. Citizens who abuse the Naira, especially those who spray and hawk Naira notes at parties, and those who habitually deface the national currency, must all be arrested with immediate effect. The madness of brandishing the Naira at parties and social media is an act of sabotage that must be addressed head-on. The practice is so entrenched that no one is left out of the crime, even members of business and political elites who usually act as though they are above the law. With the EFCC action, our country seems determined to make some people scapegoats as a result of the huge level of abuse and how prevalent this practice have become in recent times, especially considering the huge cost of reprinting the Naira on the nation's economy, as the country is usually burdened by the weight of large stock of mutilated or dirty currencies that have to be constantly replaced. Now that the nation wants to take the implementation of its laws on Naira note handling seriously at this period, it is important for people, especially the man on the street, to understand what the law says. Section 20 and Section 21 of the CBN Act of 2017 outlaw actions by anyone who hawks, spray, squeeze, dance on, or rides on the Naira, and provides that perpetrators who are found guilty by the court should face jail term of 6 months imprisonment with an option of fine of 50,000 Naira. Section 21, subsection 3 of the CBN Act says, spraying off, dancing, or marching on the Naira or any note issued by CBN during social occasion or otherwise, however, shall constitute an abuse and defacing of the Naira, such note, and shall be punishable under subsection 1 of this section. My verdict: the wanton mutilation and careless handling of Naira notes is indeed a serious infraction that not only affects the economy but poses a health risk. Filthy notes in circulation make people vulnerable to ailments like protozoa infection, allergies, dangerous germs, upper and lower respiratory tract infection, as well as conjunctivitis, among many others. And as the EFCC and other agencies take serious action on curbing the criminal act of defacing or poorly handling the Naira, you should change your orientation before you become a victim of the law. I shall go to Rabbi again.
Juro from Rabbi. You are taking this matter too seriously.
Yes.
Every time the federal government does something that is going to make the people go protest or opera or anything, they just arrest Bobrisky. It's a common something. Increase electricity tariff by 300%, affecting majority of the country, right?
Manufacturers, households, SMEs.
Manufacturers have already started complaining and protesting.
Up and down.
You know, they told us that it is band A. People that are between 20 to 24 hours of electricity.
What band are you?
And band B, even though they do not give us up to the 16 hours, they try to give us 12 hours. You know, some days. Some other days, they will say national grid has collapsed. But the point is, the way the Juro from Rabbi carried the matter on his head, telling us, we will be
But the point
excuse me, have you gone to, look, tell them, that this weekend, when you go to your Oambe, don't go and spray Naira. Juro.
Is it
It's
necessary?
every weekend we do it.
But
Bobrisky. Listen, Very Dark Man made plenty allegations that top policemen are either doing things with Bobrisky because Bobrisky
there were no evidence to this. Those
they arrested. Wait now. They did not arrest Bobrisky at that time to question him. They arrested Very Dark Man for the allegations.
Wait.
May I finish my own allegation? Conspiracy. You know me, I'm a conspiracy theorist. So you don't even know me.
say that.
You don't know me. You know my age.
Finish.
So, Very Dark Man has got to answer questions. They did not ask Bobrisky, wait, so there were allegations made by Very Dark Man. Are you straight? Why are you cross-dressing? They didn't arrest him at that point. Bobrisky that has been spraying for ages, and he will continue to spray. They now carried him just right after increasing electricity tariff. Well, no, you know, in my own listen, I say they should be playing ostrich. Burying their head in the sand while they are yash.
Let's make the middleman. Let's make it suitable for consumption. They're watching us. Now, if we start to talk about Very Dark Man and his many allegations without evidence, we begin to make those allegations a testament.
Yes.
Okay? And some persons.
I think you misunderstood me.
No, hold on. I understand what you're saying. You are saying that the federal government act of arresting Bobrisky is like a distraction.
Isn't it?
To the. But now, if you say it like that, it will look like the police.
It's arguable.
It will look like the police and the authorities. The power holding people and all that came together and had a meeting and said, you know what, you will increase it, you know. And when you increase it, immediately you increase it, we'll arrest this person, or we'll arrest him first, maybe we'll distract them. It makes it look like it's not, in my mind, this is my own opinion. I understand what you're saying.
You understand my conspiracy?
I understand it, but what I'm saying is...
Let me leave it at that.
What I'm saying is, if we do not have evidence, clear-cut evidence, to those allegations, and we bring it to the front burner, our advocacies or cases will not be suitable for consumption. The reason I say so, is because if we have all the evidence, why not? We will say, on this day, this woman, this was their resolution. On this day, this woman, this was their resolution. Therefore, what is going on now is a distraction of the public.
I say it's a conspiracy.
You understand?
Meaning that I'm just saying my conspiracy theory, which is that, I will allow you go ahead, sir, which is that, yes, Bobrisky puts his own videos on social media, so you see. But it's not the only video on social media. The government officials themselves will go to parties where they're spraying money.
But the law will not just start from somewhere now.
Why did they not start from themselves?
No, but actually, mutilating or defacing the nation's currency.
And it has been illegal for many years.
Yes, it ought to be.
Since 2017.
No.
Before 2017.
2005 or 6.
Yeah, before
It's a
2017.
very serious crime and should be punished with necessary deterrence. We cannot have people jumping and stepping on our national currency.
I agree.
Yeah,
But,
so, irrespective of whom
Who it is.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
But
important.
if you wanted to follow that, then the number of arrests would have been having.
Since 2007.
The turnover would have been.
The security
All of us would have stopped spraying Naira since this year was enacted.
And yes, and then
they are not serious about it.
and then
They have that carry Bobrisky.
I honestly, actually, that thing is a distraction. I honestly believe that the question of handling the Naira is one that is a matter that can be addressed more by moral suasion, by advocacy, by campaign,
Rather
than by enforcement of law.
Why do
You
you say
should
so?
enforce. But now, so this is the point. You watch American
Enforcement
movies.
of law will work faster.
No, it may
When it
not.
becomes a deterrent.
Well, you can do carrot and
It may not.
stick. You can do carrot and stick.
See,
Our officers are even still spraying money on their own
We
parties.
shouldn't have law in that case.
No.
If we have to leave it to
we should
enforce
have.
morals.
But Nigeria is already overstretched in terms of crime and criminality.
Our
Police
police
have more serious. If the police wanted to work in this country, there are a lot more serious things to deal with than to go to
That is true.
The police themselves are into crime.
Good, but after all, what is the they find 50,000 naira? The other acts that was arrested.
It will be Bobrisky's house there that will pay the fine.
But see, where I'm going with this.
It's not and or. It could be the 6 months with the fine.
Yes.
It could be. It depends on the judge.
Where I'm going is you watch American movies where American values and national symbols are taken very seriously. You watch a movie in which sometimes a ship was burning or had been bombed, and the flag of the American, the American flag was somewhere. The one soldier will fly, risk his life, and in the end, the movie was about someone going to save the flag.
Yes.
These things help to drive home patriotism stronger and faster than how are they investing in getting Hollywood, for example, to discourage people from spraying money.
Nollywood is even.
You go on Instagram. You see, there was a particular wedding I saw yesterday. It was like Naira shower. It was
Stepping on it.
It was a shower. That is at the point you couldn't even see the stage. They had used the Naira to spray the whole, and I was like,
Even doing comedy shows. They do that.
it tells good.
They spray the dollar like that.
Even in skits, it tells you that we're not in bad. And for me, I think that
It's culture first.
yes, you can, and it's fine to implement the law, but if you don't invest in campaigns to people begin to see reason why this shouldn't be, then you're wasting time.
I agree.
Honestly speaking, so we need to invest in how people begin to look at their country differently and imbibe a new way of doing things.
So when we come back, Jurosiri Abaku will be examining how Governor Sim Fubara is fighting back in Rivers. We'll be back after this short break. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
Middleman.
If you've just joined us, this is the Middleman on Enterprise TV. Now to my case. Fubara fights back. Have you heard the news? Governor Fubara says the gestation period is over. He says the germination time for the seed of tolerance has since elapsed. He says he is now ready for war with a fully loaded arsenal. He is ready to return thunder for thunder and fire for fire. Simple things do not a simpleton make, after all. Who was the governor addressing anyway? Now that the sleeping dog is ready to bite, what is next? My verdict. Peace is nearer than war, and love is cheaper than hate. Owu Obari Soma.
Yes, I expected.
What's the meaning of that?
Stop fighting.
Okay.
I expected Fubara to be this firm before now.
Go Fub.
Yes, because he's been, you know that thing he used to talk about, what peace will bring is better than what war will bring. He has changed it now. And I told him, change this your approach. In politics, there's no forgiveness. Yes, I'm very sorry. That is what politics is. So, before you are crushed, you must ensure that you may disagree and say this is not suitable for the show. But I'm saying the fact, what I've seen politically speaking. Politics is you are cold-footed, or you develop cold feet and you are crushed. You had the powers, okay,
as a sitting governor.
Yeah, to insist that these lawmakers who are now saying, if we don't have any choice, if Fubara behaves in such a way that we don't have any choice than to uphold the constitution, we will now impeach. These lawmakers are butterflies that think they are birds. Yes. In the eyes of the law. In the eyes of the law.
They don't exist.
They are not lawmakers in the eyes of the law. But because Tinubu had used one agreement to amend the constitution, technically speaking, when he called them and told Fubara, go and undo this one, go and undo that, go and present budget again. Fubara was running around like a houseboy to undo this and undo that.
I cannot even understand.
Yes, now, that time, we said it. This is not the way to go. The president shouldn't have, yes. Now,
he should not have more power than the governor.
Do you know what has happened to him now? He don't sat back now.
Like, I look at him that I'm a governor.
It dawned on him now, what's going on? With all the powers in my hand, with everything I'm being told, then one minister is somewhere controlling the cabinet.
Can you imagine?
Controlling parliament that have moved from PDP to APC, whereas himself, he has not moved. They're talking about wicked. Yes, they have not moved. Now, these people want to, this is the time that he should ensure that that matter in court continues so that the court will interpret whether or not they have local standard under the law. He that comes to equity must come with clean hands.
Let me also add to that.
Aid the vigilant and not the indolent. This is the time for war. I agree
I
with
think
you.
the governor too, we have looked at the situation in Benue, the situation in Kaduna. If there's somebody who is as wily as a fox in the politics, is Nasir El-Rufai, who can actually run circles around you and still make you feel he's your friend. But of course, he's being gradually outfoxed by Obasani.
Yes, now.
And clearly so, you can see it from the outburst of El-Rufai's son. Clearly the governor has been really playing very hot, giving hot takes to the governor. From the rejection of his ministerial nominee to what he said about loans, more outbursts are coming, which will gradually diminish El-Rufai to the point of political extinction. Then go to Benue State, where the Secretary of the Government of the Federation thought he could reenact what he did with, you know, what he did with Suswan and what he did with
The one before Suswan.
Samuel Autumn. But you see, like that saying goes, the hood does not make the monk. This monk, who is the governor of Benue, has shown that he's the type of monk who wouldn't mind carrying a dagger or an AK-47 under his garments and still give Holy Communion.
Oh.
Yes, while having one hand by the side.
It's politics.
You know,
Yeah, but that's what politics
and,
really is.
and all of that. So they had thought it would be one pliant, very acquiescent, monk, but he's showing them that look, there was a very popular Catholic priest in Poland many years ago in the days of communism, who really stood up against the communist system. So now he has put Akume, who is actually a sitting senior government official.
Cardinal Menzies, I think.
He has basically sent Akume out of the state.
Okay.
And so now, what Sim Fubara is showing is this. Well, it's never too late. He's learning late in the day, but it's never too late to learn. And one thing those members of the House of Assembly don't realize is this. Even though executive orders are illegal in Nigeria, but governors use them anyway. And there has been no need for the Supreme Court to rule on whether the executive order of any governor is illegal
or not.
When it's aligned with the Constitution, it's legal.
Well, some people, there's a school of thought that says that governors should not even use executive orders in the first place. So that has not been tested at the Supreme Court. But what I'm saying is that insofar as that has not been tested, that means it is a weapon that can be used for the governor to deploy freely. And so what I believe is that Sim should actually
Rule.
Yes, he should take charge of River State. If I was a governor, I wouldn't even be as patient
As Sim
his deputy. Yes, I would even make it impossible for Nyesom Wike to come to River State. You know how? Very simple. I would declare, I will use my powers as a governor to put some of his loyalists, in fact, especially some of them who have been insulting the governor directly, they will get arraigned on terrorism charges. First of all, yes, terrorism charges, because when you put the state, the apparatus of state under threat through your too deliberate violence, deliberate affront on the state, you are committing something.
It's treason.
Terrorism. It's treason. So you put them under terrorism trial. When you put them under terrorism trial,
Everybody will run back.
you pass a message and listen, including the House of Assembly members, they don't have immunity.
Wike does not even have immunity.
Wike doesn't have. So when you put Wike, do you know what? When Wike is arrested and put under trial, look, it will shake everywhere. And then, you know what? Even Tinubu himself said, why has Tinubu not resolved the issue in Benue? Why has he not resolved the issue in Ondo State?
Why is he not interested in River State?
River State. So,
River State was captured for him in the last election. So he wants to return it.
I will tell Sim Fubara, take charge of your state.
Okay. In international law and diplomacy, you prepare for peace by being ready for war.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very well. Very well.
So, Sim Fubara, showing that he's ready for war, he's protecting his territory.
Yes.
And I absolutely agree with you.
Because he was being elected.
You are saying that I may disagree. No, sir. I agree with this one. No. Because the last time we discussed him, we said, but you are governor. You have all the powers. Now, I think he was patient, Juro Emeka, because Wike brought him in. You know how Wike was, grandstanding that nobody bought their tickets. He bought the tickets for all the house members.
I find that distasteful.
Whatever he did.
Who is Wike?
Either the people voted though, or you rigged him, he is now the executive governor of River State. And he has immunity, he has powers under the law. You cannot stay in Abuja as Tinubu's minister and be deciding what happens in River State because you want to retain power.
Yes.
The issues in Abuja, you have not addressed them. There's one Igbo man saying that we can brought down his mom because he said, how can they give one Igbo man this? Either the allegation is false or true. You are not facing things in Abuja like banditry and insecurity. You are busy pulling puppets in River State to go and dishonor, disrespect the constitution and abuse a governor. Say Fubara, we know your back.
Well, and I like the fact that the lawmakers who actually have the power of impeachment already they ran into trouble by that ill advice
Like running into another political party.
Yes, they went.
And the constitution has been amended that once you leave your seat, once you
went to
job,
that, they defected.
Yes.
And
your seat becomes vacant.
They went there to harvest a skeleton, a cupboard of rotten skeleton, and it will haunt them throughout these 4 years.
They may not go to 4 years.
Yeah, because I said Fubara should go and learn this work from Obaseki. Obaseki is the one that knows how to handle parliament.
We're not saying.
I'm not endorsing it. I'm not endorsing it. What his own case was, the constitution said you make a proclamation that will set the house running. And they did that, and some people boycott it. And it became their problem for the last 4 years. The tenure was over, almost over in September. They were senators on record, as a senator, House of Assembly members on paper. They never sat one day to, deal with any bill for their constituency.
Not shut them down.
Yeah, because they are listening to Godfather.
To radio.
Yes, I like the way Godfatherism is going in Nigeria.
Yes.
It's good. Naturally, not even consciously, unconsciously.
In the case of Obaseki, APC was so vociferous, using different propaganda channels, even in the media, that Obaseki is wrong. But when the matter now moved to Ondo State, and then moved to Benue, APC lost his voice. He now began to qualify his,
looking for how to come out.
Past tense, current tense, present continuous. APC now couldn't simply come out to tell Governor Alia that look, what you are doing with these House of Assembly members and with members of APC in the state is wrong.
Perhaps you know why? Because the current president is a politician himself. So he understands that things can be at stake. The president for the past 8 years, before our current president, was aloof, didn't give a hoot, because anything he wanted, people will get it.
He wasn't aware.
Yes, but this president knows that anything he will get, he work for it. So he is treading very cautiously. Let's take a break now. When we return, Juror Emeka Madunagu will be addressing the need to meter all Nigerians. But that will be in a moment when we come back. Please stay with us.
Middleman.
Welcome back to the Middleman. My case is on the imperative to meter all customers in capital letter before a holistic rate hike. Meter all Nigerians now. Nigerians woke up on Wednesday, April 3, 2024 to hear that electricity tariffs had been hiked once again. Even though they are being told that it's only for a certain band A. Okay. This time it was by 240%. This came amid cries for the reintroduction of the National Mass Metering Program, which was implemented briefly but jettisoned 2 years ago for the meter acquisition program. Under the former, Nigerians were expected to be metered under an instrumental payment plan. But now, what and still is on cash and carry basis as we speak. It's not even, the meters are not even available. Some people have paid since February last year and they don't have meters. Now, what is going on is that the discos are on an estimated billing spree. And how do you hike tariffs in the regime of estimated billings? My verdict, meter all customers now and estimated billings.
Conspiracy theory. When the majority...
You want to provide it?
Yes, now.
Okay, as you are pointing...
No. When conspiracy... When 60% of residents, right, in an estate, let's use 100 for this conspiracy, right, are on estimated billing. 40% are metered, right? Let me even use my estate that they claim that we're on band B. We're supposed to have between 12 to 16 hours of electricity per day. It doesn't happen like that. They give us most nights, and I know why. Because there's an industrial estate close to us. They will give those ones during the day. They pay higher. At night, those ones will close at B, so they give us at night. So they'll say, if we bring it at 7 p.m., and take it at 7 a.m. Is your 12 hours not complete? Right? But now,
12 hours odd time.
so, well, but you will sleep with it, you put on AC, the heat will not kill you. If 60% of people in an estate of say 100 residents, right, are on estimated billing, if they give you, they say you're on band A or B, and they only give you half of the amount of electricity that they're supposed to supply to you, guess what? You still get your regular bill.
Absolutely.
So my estate has calculated that unless and until all the houses in my estate are metered, we will never get our 12 hours complete.
And
Because
you know what?
let them even give us 0 hours for the entire month. Estimated bill will go to those houses. While it is the people who are not metered.
You're leaving out something. There is also loss of revenue. There are some people without meters. So, who have been told that, will not be given meters. So they'll just be getting...
Free electricity.
No, they'll be getting some papers.
There's a part we are missing in this classification. You see this ABC classification we're having. It's a very wrong way to do business.
Yes, discrimination.
You know why? Apart from the fact that it's discriminatory, what they do is when they classify you, your inputs, your consent were not sought and obtained. You didn't sign any contract
Yes.
that I am in this category and I am entitled to 12 hours or 24 hours.
No, the people on band A sign contracts.
No. There's no contract. Is that not what I mean to?
No, premium power.
There is no contract signed. They just classify you. Your essay, did you sign a contract with them?
No, because we're on band B.
It's
And that's what I'm saying. I said the classification is faulty. Now, this is your plan B that you are. They told you they will be getting how many hours?
15.
Are you getting the 15?
No, of course
Can you go to court?
No.
You don't have agreement. That's what I'm saying.
You don't have any document.
You didn't sign it. They just classified you
By themselves.
by themselves, and they are the one. They are the judge. They are the rule. They are everything about it. So by the time they default, how do you enforce that contract?
True.
You cannot enforce it.
I agree.
So that's what I'm saying. The classification is needless in the first place. You understand? It's
I agree.
needless.
I agree.
Then two, the contract is faulty. A contract that you don't have offer and acceptance, consideration and intention to create legal relationship is a false contract. It cannot be enforced. So we should look at this thing again and call them to order. If you are making an agreement, you should do it in such a way that in the event of default, I can enforce the contract.
Can I throw in something? So the people on band A, 20 to 24 hours, most of them are premium power. They call them willing buyer, willing seller. The residents are willing buyers. The government, it was not under former Governor Fashola when he was Minister of Power.
Yes.
Willing buyer, willing seller. Most of them have contracts. To the extent that this review of tariff, they're even saying it is primarily those on band A.
So, but why are they now removing some feeders from band A?
Because they've realized that, let's be honest, we have signed too many contracts.
You are overheating.
But this is
We do not have the electricity to supply all the people on band A.
You're not the one telling us this.
They are not telling us.
You're not the one telling us this.
She's educated like, this is what
No, but I
holding. This is a consultancy job you are doing. And you are doing it free. Very
No advert or no.
You are not the one telling us this.
You should come and place
So
imagine.
anyway, the people on premium contract, a few of them, the very powerful ones, have taken, I know, Ikeja Electric to court. Even me, I'm in court with them, right? For defaulting, we sign contract for 22 hours. They even give us 16 hours. They will now say, but in the contract, we say that once there's a fault line, we respond to you first. So when there's national grid collapse, before we supply anywhere else, we restore yours. It's just that. So Ikeja Electric as a disco is saying, but TCN is not giving us. Well, you knew.
What law?
You knew that TCN could not give you. But you were signing contracts.
This is discriminated distribution.
And the contracts were not tripartite agreement.
You see this discrimination you talk about. If you look at band E,
Which is
Police
my man?
balance.
Which is my man?
Listen.
Put our policeman in Baki. Electricity.
I want them to secure you. You are not contradiction.
That's all we
You
have.
put them in darkness to bring light to you.
That's all we have on the Middlemen today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. While we were actually discussing these very serious issues, because the conversation has to continue. I appreciate you, my fellow jurors, for being here with me on the show. I also want to thank you, the viewer, for watching. We don't take it for granted. To join us next time, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Enterprise TV 7, and you may visit our website at www.enterprisetvnews.com. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Middleman. Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.